began coming to this church was we visited on Sunday night on occasions. We lived up in Sunnyside, and we had known Pastor that was Rodding, that was preaching down here at the time. He had started the work. And so we came down Sunday night to visit on occasions, and we talked about, well, we want to buy a house in Ellensburg so our children can go to this church. And fortunately, we saw this house was for sale, and we got such a terrific price for it, we could not let it go. So we moved here 47 years ago, and we have come to the church ever since. And it really has been a delight, because our 3 children were able to go over whenever they got ready. I'd just say go over and go to church. I didn't have to worry about getting them in a car and where were they and so on. And Jack, what do you think? What do you want to say about the girls?
Well, the girls had, they were all involved in the youth fellowship, and they had good teaching, good instructors.
Yeah.
And they walked with the Lord, and eventually our oldest daughter's husband was saved at that church, in our church here in Ellensburg, and our 2 daughters married pastors who are now serving the Lord in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and Lehighton, Pennsylvania. So the church in itself had a very, very big
impact in our lives.
In our lives.
In our
and the lives of our kids.
Yeah.
So we thank the Lord for that.
Yeah.
And
another thing that we really appreciated was when Pastor Rodway, he decided that he and some other pastors in the area wanted to start a Christian school. And Bob Lee, he had just been saved, and he said, well, he would be the administrator. He would quit his job, whatever they could afford to pay him, which was very little, and he was the administrator. And so Pastor Rodway asked Jack if he would be on the board. He was the only one that wasn't a pastor. And
4 families in our local church, in a local assembly here in Ellensburg Alliance Church, 4 family members gave money to move the school forward and eventually get the Meadowview Christian Academy in Meadowview.
Because first we started up in Schmoken Hills at that church. Then we went to the Schmoken Church. For a while we had
Bible Fellowship Church in Schmoken. Then we went to Almond's Restaurant in the back, the banquet hall, and Almond's Restaurant. And from Almond's Restaurant, we moved up over to the Meadowview Christian Academy, a Christian school. Through the efforts and prayers and donations by members of the Ellensburg Alliance Church.
You know, Bob Lee, he fasted 3 days waiting for that bid that night. Tell him how you thought of that, how much we should offer.
7 being the perfect number. We decided, I prayed about it, and the number came to me was $14,777, and that is the bid we put in, which was a high bid, but the directors, few of them decided it wasn't enough, but there was 2 men on the board at the time, Dr. Mostyn Davis and Paul Dressler, Christian men, decided that this is what we're meeting. We're meeting to sell the building tonight. I make a motion that we sell the building to the Christian Academy, seconded by Paul Dressler. Dr. Davis, being a well-known physician and Christian man in the city of Schmoken, they automatically, everybody put up their hand.
So
Passed.
That's how we got the school.
That's how we got the school.
And
$14,777. To God be the glory.
Yep.
We will remember the works of your hands, and we will stop